Hi guys, so before you get started on your verb conjugating, I wanted to give you a little refresher course from when school was still in session about the AR, ER, and IR verb conjugation. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make your verb tree, which is 1 line down and 2 lines across, and then we're going to fill these boxes with verb conjugations. Remember, a verb conjugation is when we slightly alter the spelling of the end of the verb to match the person that we're speaking about. Okay, so with the verb hablar, first step is we're gonna chop off that AR ending, and then we're gonna add these endings: o, as, a, amos. We're gonna skip that box, and an. So we're gonna take this HABL, habl, and we're going to add it here. Hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, and hablan. I speak, you speak, he or she speaks, we speak, and they speak. So that is the AR verb conjugations. Remember, most of the verbs in Spanish end in an AR. The second largest group are ER verbs, and the last group are IR verbs, and there's not very many of those. So I'm going to erase this real quick, and then we will conjugate an ER verb. And I'm going to make my verb tree again: 1 line down, 2 lines across. And this is the verb comer, which means to eat. Okay, so the verb comer, which means to eat. And we're going to do the same process. We're going to chop off the ER, which is the first step. These endings are a little bit different because this is an ER verb. So the endings are o, es, e, hemos, and en. And it makes sense because we have the E here and it's an ER verb. But we chopped off the ER, so now we're just going to add the rest of the word. Como, comes, come, comemos, comen. I eat, you eat, he or she eats, we eat, they eat. That's the ER verb comer. Now let's do one more verb conjugation. This is the IR verbs, and I'm going to make another verb tree: 1 line down, 2 lines across, and we're going to conjugate the verb vivir, which means to live. Vivir. And you can see it ends in an IR. So let's write our endings first. So we've got o, es, e, hemos, and en. Now you'll see some similarities with ER verbs. This is the same, this is the same, this is the same, and that's the same. The only difference is the nosotros form, which takes an IMOS, which makes sense because this is an IR verb. So the first step, we're going to chop off that IR ending, and then we're going to put the word together. Vivo, vives, vive, vivimos, and viven. I live, you live, he or she lives, we live, they live. Now what you're going to do for yourself is you're going to conjugate the verbs that I put on Google Classroom. You can either do that with a piece of paper and a pencil. After you conjugate the verbs, you can take a picture and send them to me. Or you can do it digitally and make your own verb tree using a Google slide or something like that, and then you would email that to me. Remember, you have 1 full week to complete the verb conjugations, and the second step was an activity of your choice. So make sure you're checking Google Classroom every day. Hope you guys are well. If you have any questions or need any help or just want to chat because you're bored, message me. Thanks, guys. Bye.